Yeah, I think this is gonna be the last video. I think it's gonna be the last video for sure. And again, when I do the Muslims words, I'll be using the uglier side of my face. Plus, I'll be doing a mock Arabic accent. When I do my words, I'll be using this side. Okay, starting here. How is Jesus a rapist for being a direct product of incest? Well, going by the Bible, the answer to that lies in Matthew 7:18. Quote, a good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and the bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Anyone, by being a product of incest, becomes bad fruit. And what kind of deeds can you expect from a bad fruit person if not bad deed? That is rape. Again, how is Jesus a product of incest? You said he was a, quote, direct product of incest, thus Mary was screwed by a family member. Since you admitted Allah to be breathing into her vagina, haven't you made Allah, which got Mary pregnant with Jesus according to the Quran, well, haven't you made Allah the father or brother of Mary and thus committed shirk, the unpardonable sin? It doesn't answer me. So I say, okay, one last time. As if you are doing me a favor by defending your God. Notice I didn't interject my thoughts with your sentences. Yeah, that's called talking one topic at a time. Just to give you an example, imagine me asking you a question. Are you a thief or son of a beggar? That simple sounding question has two topics to solve. One, to prove you're not a thief. Two, to prove your mom is not a beggar. That's how most of your questions were mixed in two topics. Where did I say you were a son of a beggar? No, I was calling you a slave of the best of deceivers, and it wasn't a topic, but an observation on my part, being what Allah claims to be. That Allah claims to be the best of deceivers. You're taqiing, diverting, lying for Allah to try to say something, to say I'm changing topics. By the way, when you start deleting my comments, I'd like to leave you with a final question from me, and that is, quote, what does it say about Islam when the only way it can survive is by having its followers trying to change history by deleting comments that question it? What does that say about it? Then he takes my stuff out of context. He quotes me, and then he interjects. He says, takes my thing where I say, okay, ... when the only way it can survive. Well, that's according to you. According to me, it survives by questioning blind faiths like Christianity. Change history by deleting comments. Well, when the rules are set very clearly by God, if someone creates an undesirable history by disobeying those rules, then it is always okay to take disciplinary measures to correct that history, or at least prevent him from disobeying again. I think that makes sense. That's how every society works. Okay, what's clear about Quran 547, 568, 1094, 4, 136, 150, 151, 152, 285. If the book, Bible, given to Jews and Christians is corrupted, lost, or a lie. Matthew 26:57. Then all the disciples deserted him and fled. Because he was a rapist? Again, where does it say he was a rapist? And being a rapist due to being a, quote, direct product of rape or incest, like you said. And now, after questioning the Christian blind believer of his faith on the rapist bastard, where did you question me? Question me on what? He finds it hard to defend his stand and now decides to desert Jesus at the last moment. Saying so doesn't make it so, O slave of the best of deceivers. When you question a Christian sheep, he, knowing that he cannot answer, yes, will always try to change topic by making diversion. Sounds like you're talking about yourself and other Muslims. I mean, I can't remember just how many times I asked you to tell me where Jesus is a rapist and a bastard for being a direct product of incest. Does anyone watching this video Does anyone watching this video remember where he would have answered such a question? I sure can't remember it. And I was listening for it. And the only way Christianity survives is by making deception and lies. Oh, it sounds like he's talking about It sounds like he's talking about Islam. It sure sounds like you're talking about yourself and Muslims with Islam. Oh, slave of a bastard, are you deserting your rapist? Are you deserting your rapist Jesus? Again, where is Jesus a rapist? And how is he a rapist for being a direct product of incest, like you said? Yeah. And by deserting your rapist Jesus, who is a product of incest, who is Mary's... Okay, I tell you. Who in Mary's family got Mary pregnant with Jesus? You said once, quote, it was Allah who breathed into her farjaha, as the Quran says. Thus, you admit that you do believe Allah is either the brother or father of Mary, true? Because again, how is Jesus a direct product of incest? How come you can never answer, you know? You Christian blinds have agreed with me that your God Satan, Jesus, was indeed a rapist, a bastard. Are you insane? And adulterer and the homosexual. Man, what Injil are you reading? If it's the Injil the Quran says is Surah 568 to, you know, the one that's, quote, stand firm upon, and the one to judge the Quran with according to 547, Quran 547, man, you sure Allah isn't Satan for such a command to do with the Injil, you know, to stand firm upon it? The reason you do not ask me for proof is because you know I am right, and you agree with me that your God is a rapist. Shame on you. Wow. You say I don't ask you for proof, and for much of this video series, I have, you know, asked for proof. You are either insane or stupid, or both. I'll leave that up to our viewers to decide which they feel you are. Christian slave or of rapist Jesus, you failed in the pardoning topic, and now you failed again while defending your rapist God. How can I do anything when you never once give reasons for Jesus being all those evil things besides the time you said he was, quote, a direct product of rape? Then you said he was a direct product of incest. Without any evidence from the Bible, you said it was that he was those things. I mean, you know Muhammad, Mo, was a pedophile and a murderous one, not from the Bible, but from Islamic sources, from the very hadith, the Sahih hadith. Sahih means sound, authentic. But where in the Bible or Christianity, as you quote unquote, the quote Bible or Christianity, as you said, does it say Mary had incest with God, or incest anywhere, to make Jesus a direct product of incest? Where? Well, I guess I'll never get the answer, and I think we all know why that is the case. Okay. By the way, since you will probably delete me again, I'll just copy and paste what you said and answer it in video form, like I'm doing now. Check out The Muslim Who Hates Questions. Of course, it became Sha Nur, the Muslim who hates questions, because I don't like him calling my God a rapist and a homosexual, a bastard, and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't, you know. Oh well. Then he says this. Matthew 26:57. Then all the disciples deserted him and fled. And now, after questioning the Christian blind believer of his faith of a rapist bastard, he finds it hard to defend his stand, and now decides to desert Jesus at the last moment. Whenever you question a Christian sheep, he, knowing that he cannot answer, will always try to change the topic by making diversion, and the only way Christianity survives is by making deception and lies. O slave of a bastard, are you deserting your rapist Jesus? And by deserting a rapist Jesus, who is a product of incest, you Christian blinds have agreed with me that your God, Satan, Jesus, was indeed a rapist, a bastard, an adulterer and homosexual. The reason you do not ask for proof is because you know I am right, and you agree with me that your God is a rapist. Shame on you, Christian slave of a rapist Jesus. You failed in the heartening topic, and now you failed again while defending your rapist God. Sorry, my friend, I'm not buying your deceptive tricks anymore. I got used to your distractions and evading topics. You think asking questions about Islam, when actually it's me asking you a question, will help you escape my probing questions about your rapist God and your pagan religion. And now you have failed in all your deceptions, and now shamelessly move on to your channel to blabber some more lies. If you dare defend your rapist bastard of Mary here, where everything started, Mr. Coward. As long as they are not answers to my question, they deserve to delete, as I have clearly said. Anything out of topic will not be entertained. As I told you, Christianity can only survive by lying. You are slowly threatening, retreating out of here because you... That's because he's deleting my stuff. Here because you see your doom. Because I am not letting you lie anymore. You are dying for some sympathy from your blind fans. That's why you want to run out of here. And also because you failed and hopeless. Defend your rapist Jesus if you can, my dear shameless coward. How can I when he deletes my stuff? You know? Oh well. But because he's deleting my stuff and not letting me get in the last shot, I'll make this video where I say, since you delete my comments and blatantly lie about me, call me lying deceptive, and because you call my God all those things, and say he's a product of incest, which would make Mary the daughter or sister of God, or since it'd be the daughter or sister of Allah, since he admitted that Allah breathed into Mary's farjaha, which according to the Quran got Mary pregnant. You leave me with no option but to put your name in my new video series, where it will be called something like Sha Nur, the Muslim hates questions, and Sha Nur, the Muslim who deletes comments, and Sha Nur, the Muslim who says Jesus was a direct product of incest, etc. And when people see the videos, they will know who was truthful and who was taqiying, lying for the best of deceivers. Allah. They will make up their minds. And being that I'll have you in tags, well, if someone ever bothers to look you up on the internet, they will see those videos. I mean, you call my God a rapist and a bastard? And call me a coward and a liar? Hey, you open up the door to fun times now. Fun times. And now I'll put this on the video on YouTube. Bye.